Hi, this is your Professor Sudha Kolathuparambil, Section 9.4 Hypothesis Test for Proportions. In Section 9.2 and 9.3, you already learned Hypothesis Test for Population Mean. So, this section is Hypothesis Test for Proportions and it has two objectives. Test a hypothesis about a proportion using the p-value method and using the critical value method. Objective 1. Test a hypothesis about a proportion using the p-value method. Can virtual reality be used to enhance education? In a 2016 survey of teachers conducted by Samsung, 85% of them stated that using virtual reality in the classroom would have a positive effect on education. One educational specialist believed that the percentage has now increased to more than 90% since virtual reality equipment has become more available. She samples 500 teachers and finds that 471 of them believe that the virtual reality would have a positive effect. Can she conclude that the proportion of teachers who believe that the virtual reality would have a positive effect is greater than 90%? This is an example of a problem that calls for hypothesis test about population proportion, and we will be using the p-value method. Let's look at the notations first. P is the population proportion of individuals who are in a specified category. X is the number of individuals in a sample who are in a specified category. N is the sample size. P hat is the sample proportion of individuals who are in the specified category. And P hat is actually X divided by N. So in this problem, it will be 471 divided by 500. X is 471, N is 500. So P hat will be 471 divided by 500. We can perform a test whenever the sample proportion P hat is approximately normally distributed. This will occur when the following assumptions are met. The assumptions are: we have a simple random sample. The population is at least 20 times as large as the sample. The items in the populations are divided into two categories. The values n times p naught and n times 1 minus p naught are both at least 10. So p naught represents the population proportion specified by the null hypothesis. I am pronouncing this as p naught. So this one, if you want, you can call this as h naught. Here the population must be much larger than the sample. That means it should be at least 20 times as large, so that the sampled items are independent. The assumptions that both n p naught and n times 1 minus p naught are at least 10 ensures that the sampling distribution of p hat is approximately normal when we assume that the null hypothesis is true. Let's look at the step-by-step procedure for applying p-value method. So first state the null and alternate hypothesis, then choose a significant level alpha, then compute the test statistic using this formula, then compute the p-value. So depending on the problem, it will be left-tailed, right-tailed or two-tailed. Remember, the p-value is the area to the left of z if it is a left-tailed, and p-value is the area to the right of z if it is a right-tailed test. And for two-tailed test, area will be the sum of the area in each tail. And step 5, interpret the p-value. If p-value is less than or equal to the significant level alpha, we reject the null hypothesis. Then state a conclusion. So let's do the same problem which I explained in the beginning. The sample size is 500 and X is 471. That is the number of individuals in the sample who are in the specific category. Here categories are those who believe that the virtual reality would have a positive effect, and the other category is the people who won't believe. We have a simple random of teachers. The members of the population falls into two categories. Those who believe that the virtual reality would have a positive effect and those who do not. Here the sample size is 500. So if you look at the population of teachers, it will be definitely 20 times more than the sample size. The population proportion specified by the null hypothesis is 90% in decimal, that is 0.90. Now calculate np0 and n times 1 minus p0, both are greater than 10. So the assumptions are satisfied. Let me put these assumptions in 4 steps so that it will be easier to remember the steps. First one is we have a simple random sample of teachers. The population of teacher is 20 times more than the sample size. So 20 times 500, that is 10,000. So the population of teachers will be definitely more than 10,000. And we have two categories, those who believe that the virtual reality have a positive effect and those who does not. And if you multiply 500 n and p0 and n times 1 minus p0, both will be greater than 10. So the assumptions are satisfied. First step is state the null and alternate hypothesis. The question is whether the virtual reality would have a positive effect is greater than 90%. That means the null hypothesis will be p equal 0.90 and greater than 90% means p should be greater than 0.90. Now choose a significant level. Alpha is given in the question. Step 3, compute the test statistic. These are given in the question and p hat is x over n. Now substitute these values into the formula to find the test statistic. So z is 3.13. Step 4, compute the p-value. Z is 3.13 and null hypothesis is mu greater than 0.90, which is a right-tailed. So p-value is the area to the right of this z. Using table A2, we can find the area to the left side of this z. That means this part, area of this region. That is 0.991. So area of this part will be 1 minus the area of the left side. So that is the p-value. Step 5 is interpret the p-value. That means compare p-value with alpha. P is less than alpha. So we reject the null hypothesis at alpha equal 0.05 level. Now step 6, state a conclusion. We conclude that more than 90% of teachers believe that virtual reality would have a positive effect on education. This is an example on performing a hypothesis test using the p-value method. If you are using TI-84 calculator to perform the hypothesis test about a proportion, first press Stat, then highlight test, then select option 1prop z test, then this menu will appear, then enter the information for p0, x and n and choose the inequality based on the alternate hypothesis, highlight calculate and press enter. Then you will get the p-value and compare the p-value with alpha to make a decision and state a conclusion. In objective 1, you learn how to do a hypothesis test about a proportion using p-value method. Objective 2 is performing hypothesis test for proportion using the critical value method. First step is state the null and alternate hypothesis. Then choose a significance level alpha. Then compute the test statistic using the formula. Then determine whether to reject the null hypothesis based on these conditions and state a conclusion. Here test statistic is z and z alpha is the critical value corresponding to alpha. We are comparing z and z alpha and based on left tail, right tail or two tail, we will determine whether to reject the null hypothesis. Hypothesis test for proportion using the critical value method. A nationwide survey of working adults indicates that only 50% of them are satisfied with their jobs. The president of a large company believes that more than 50% of employees at this company are satisfied with their jobs. To test his belief, he surveyed a random sample of 100 employees, and 54 of them report that they are satisfied with their jobs. So can he conclude that more than 50% of employees at the company are satisfied with their jobs? Use alpha equal 0.05 level of significance. So first check for the assumptions. We have a simple random sample from the population of employees. We assume that the total number of employees is more than 2000. So n is 100, so it will be 20 times 100, so it is more than 20 times of the sample size. The population is divided into two categories. The employees who satisfied with their jobs, and the other category is employees who are not satisfied with their jobs. And if you calculate n times p naught and n times 1 minus p naught, both are greater than 50. So all the assumptions are satisfied. So we can proceed. First step, state the null and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is p equal 0.5 and alternate hypothesis is p greater than 0.5. Because the issue is whether the proportion of employees that are satisfied with their jobs is more than 0.5. More than means greater than sign. Step 2, choose a significance level and find the critical value. Alpha is given in the problem. The alternate hypothesis p is greater than, so it is a right tail test. I am going to use the table of critical values. This is given in chapter 9.1, page 424. Then look at the right tail. So right tail is here. Alpha is 0.05. So those two intersect at 1.645. That is Z alpha. Step 3, find the test statistic. So this is the formula we are using, where P hat is the number of satisfied employees divided by the sample size. So P naught, we already know that it is given in the problem, and N is 100, the sample size. Now substitute all these values here. So Z is 0.80. Step 4, determine whether to reject the null hypothesis. Z alpha is 1.645 and Z is 0.8. So Z alpha is greater than Z. In a right tail test, we reject the null hypothesis if Z is greater than or equal Z alpha. But in our case, Z is actually less than Z alpha. So we do not reject the null hypothesis. Step 5, state a conclusion. There is not enough evidence to conclude that the company president is correct in his belief that the proportion of employees who are satisfied with their job is greater than 0.5. The proportion may be equal 0.5. Now you know how to test a hypothesis about a population proportion using the critical value method. In this section, first we talked about the notations. Then the assumption, there are 4 assumptions, and how to perform the hypothesis test about the population proportion using the p-value method and the critical value method. Next, you will learn the hypothesis test for a standard deviation.